Hello, people. It's your boss, man, back again with another Brothers United podcast with, of course, my brother, Was. How you doing, Was?
I'm good, thank you.
Good to have you back. I feel like it's been ages since we last spoke on the show. As always, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. A lot of people have been telling me that I need to be saying that, mainly because my videos don't get put in your mailbox or whatever it's called for some reason. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, just drop a like and it helps a brother out. That aside, we're talking Manchester United v Sheffield United. Of course, we are both born and raised in Sheffield, so we know a lot about Sheffield United, of course. So it should be interesting to preview. We can't be biased, as always. But yeah, let's get straight into it. We'll talk first and foremost Manchester United. Scott McTominay has just signed a new 5-year contract. Of course, this hasn't got much to do with the preview, but I thought I wanted to mention it. But just a quick reaction on that. What are your thoughts regarding the new contract?
Yeah, I think it's well deserved. He's someone for the future as well, and he's United through and through. So yeah, it's definitely fully deserved, and it's a no-brainer, isn't it? You got to sign. You guys, people like Jones and that got a contract. I'm sure McTominay can get one. So yeah,
You had to mention Jones.
I'm happy. It's a good addition to the team. Probably last year, this time actually when Mourinho was in charge, I was like, what's so good about McTominay? But now I see his value. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
I completely agree. Fantastic squad player, and I think people need to understand that. This guy is willing to work hard to improve. Yeah, he's not the finished article, but you can tell by his work ethic he's trying to improve every day, and you got to commend someone like that. Like you said, since last season he's come on leaps and bounds. So for me personally, you know me anyways. You know that I've rated him for a long time anyways. Not as in like, oh, he's an amazing player, but I've always said he'll be a fantastic squad player, like the Fletchers and those kind of players. But yeah, that said, let's talk about the Man United game. Of course, we drew sadly to Spurs. I've not spoken to you much about that. Just quickly, what was your sort of take from that game? What do you reckon?
I think we were pretty much, especially second half, we were all over them. And I predicted, was it 3-1, sorry. And
I said 1-1, by the way.
We should have got 3-1.
Yeah, to be fair, I do agree with you. Yeah, we should have, to be fair.
We missed some proper gilt-edged chances, man. And yeah, I think there were some good signs. There was some positive. Obviously, the goal that we conceded, we don't want to go through that because that's just negative.
Yeah,
but
we'll not go through
so
that.
much. There's so many errors in there, so many players as well. But I think that's a one-off as well. And I think that's happened. We kind of got it out of the way now, so Maguire's going to be higher and a few of the players.
Yeah, I hope so. He's coming.
So hopefully that's gone now. But other than that, yeah, we missed loads of chances, but you could tell we were rusty. But I did say that we would be fitter. Personally, I think in the second half, we showed them. Obviously, that didn't help with Mourinho tactics. You can't really tell with their tactics. It's so defensive.
Yeah.
2 banks of all kind of business and parking the bus. But yeah, I really enjoyed seeing United, our team. I'm sick of seeing Bundesliga and crap like that. I'm so happy to see United again. I'm so happy to see United again. And yeah, they played really well. Some good interlink play, especially when Pogba came on with Bruno. That pass that Pogba hit to Rashford. I watched it again.
Disgusting.
When I watched it real time, live, I was like, I didn't process it properly. But when I watched it again, I'm thinking, you know what? That's mental.
That pass was disgusting.
That's like, yeah, anyone else you'd be raving about Pogba.
Yeah, straight into his path as well, man. And I think, to be honest with you, I think Rashford should have scored that. I think his touch let him down. You've mentioned Maguire briefly. That this is Maguire's return to Sheffield United, so of course he's going to want to impress. We are playing at Old Trafford, but yeah, for me personally, going into this game, it's interesting because prior to the lockdown, I was looking at this fixture thinking it's a difficult game. The way the things have sort of unveiled in the last couple of games or so, Sheffield United seem to be on bare bones. They've lost Jack O'Connell to an injury prior to the return of the lockdown. We saw how much of a miss he was against Aston Villa, although Aston Villa that game ended in a draw. We saw against Newcastle just a miss he is. Of course, Egan got sent off as well. Ender Stevens has been phenomenal all season, making that fatal error that just shocked you and just fully swiped that ball and missed it. Again, just a lot of players in there who are not showing the same level that they were showing prior to the break. Again, that comes down to rustiness. Hopefully for us, that continues. We do have a lot of advantage on them on many fronts. Of course, our squad is bigger than theirs, and on top of that, they have played an extra game than us, so we have got quite a bit of rest over them as well. And I believe they played the game a day after as well. So a lot of things are pointing to us having the result that we need. Sheffield United, like I said, the hands are tied. Jack O'Connell's not fit. Andy Stevens looks rusty. John Egan's been sent off, so he's suspended. Obviously, Henderson is our goalkeeper. He's not going to play. So that's three of them. Basically, if you ask a Sheffield United player, they'll probably say there's three main players, realistically speaking, in terms of defensive unit. We should really go into this game with a lot of confidence. But what are your thoughts going into this game?
Yeah, I mean, before when the football came back, basically, I thought that, depending on how United perform in it with the two games that they've had, and judging by the way they're playing with lack of confidence. Obviously, the injuries haven't helped, and now the suspension and Dean Henderson not being able to play, that obviously a really good goalkeeper as well. They're playing lack of confidence, and they don't have that flow, and mixed with maybe not having the crowd behind them, and also they have had two away games, I think, as well. So this is gonna be the third one, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right.
But probably makes a slight difference. But yeah, they're going to play with no confidence. I think this is the best time Man United can just capitalize and fill their boots, basically. I know I say that every single game, but I actually believe, because come on, man, Newcastle. If you look at the way Newcastle played against them, it just beat them with pace, so much pace, and it just caused them all sorts.
But they haven't got much pace to the back anyways. I was talking on the last podcast. If you haven't checked that out, obviously have a look. But Robinson, who came in for Jack O'Connell, a lot of United fans talking highly of him after the Aston Villa game. I wasn't personally impressed, perhaps because I've watched the Premier League for so many years, and I know if you're a defender and you're getting done by a straight ball, him and Andy Stevens were getting. I can't remember who was playing it for Aston Villa, who was playing that straight ball, but of course Pogba is renowned for that straight ball over the top with Rashford running in behind. If Robinson was getting done by Aston Villa, I don't even know the name of the Aston Villa striker, but he kept getting in behind in the first 15, 20 minutes of the game with just a simple ball over the top. And that comes down to what you said, that lack of pace. Bashir's not particularly quick. Although they've had a fantastic season, without the likes of Egan or O'Connell there, I can't see how they're going to keep us out. Even going forward, Sheffield United look void of ideas. Billy Sharp shouldn't be playing up front.
There's not many. I can't see where they're going to score from. That's the thing.
Well, McBurney scored past us last time, didn't he? It'd be interesting to see if Moussa plays for them, because, of course, Moussa has been fantastic for them this season. And I'm not really sure what the situation is with that. I've not seen an update on why he's not playing as many minutes. I'm assuming it's down to lack of fitness, because, of course, Billy Sharp's above him. It'd be interesting to see what Moussa does, because he can definitely cause us problems, as he did in the first game. Of course, Maguire, he's going to be kind of wary of Moussa's pace, because Moussa is lightning quick. So I would assume Moussa would be playing, and they're going to target Maguire. Basically, what happened with Bergwijn, they're going to try running behind. Obviously, they've got players like Norwood who's got the ability to pick that pass as well. So I wouldn't say they can't cause us any problems, because they definitely can. I just feel like us going forward, we should score more. We should outscore them, because from what I'm aware of, and what Wilder said in his press conference, I think Jagielka's going to be playing. Phil Jagielka, that is. And, he had a fantastic game against us last season. I don't know if it was this season, if he played against us. It was last season for Everton, but the last time he played against us was quite recent.
Was it the 3-3 that we played?
Did he play in that game? But he was absolutely fantastic against Martial. I thought he absolutely pocketed him. So I'm not going to get too carried away in that sense. But if Pogba and Bruno are starting, for me, we should have way too much quality. So let's go into the lineup, Bas. We'll go one position each. We haven't even mentioned De Gea. Of course, this is a major talking point. Of course, you can choose your goalkeeper position now, but who would you go for? Who would you stick by De Gea?
I'm not dropping De Gea. That's just... I think he's in a bit of a weird stage, but it's up to him. If he's that good, then he has to prove himself. But that doesn't mean... I know usually I usually say that, you drop a player and then let him kind of think about it, the mistake is made. Because it was a big mistake, don't get me start on that. But I think he has to start. Romero's not up to that standard. De Gea has to start, and we'll see what he does. If he makes another mistake or something, his catching's not right or his distribution's not right, then you look at it and think, you know what, this guy
he could cost us top four of us, man. Look, this game against Sheffield United, these two games against Spurs and Sheffield United are the games that De Gea, we need him. Now, the games against Aston Villa, Bournemouth, these teams, we shouldn't need to rely on De Gea to beat them teams. We should be battering them 4-5. Look at Man City last night. They absolutely slapped Burnley 5-0. They made
that's
eight
what we need to
changes.
do.
They
We
made
need to be
8
doing.
changes and they still slapped them. So we need to be doing that to these dead teams as well. Yes, obviously we're both going to agree on this and go to Hay now. I think it's a no-brainer. I'm assuming we're both going for Wan-Bissaka right back, of course.
Yeah, the defense stays the same apart from Eric Bailly for Lindelof. I put in.
Right. Okay, that's interesting.
Because he did come on at the second half and he looked alright. But he didn't do much, but he looked alright.
To be fair, I've got to say that I don't think Lindelof had a bad game. I've got to be honest. I think Lindelof massively been scapegoated for that performance. I don't think he put a foot wrong, to be
I
quite
don't
frank
think
with
he
you.
did wrong, but if you're going to go with pace, like a lot of people have been mentioning, Maguire's pace issues, and I think strength and pace that Bailly has, and the positioning sense is way better.
Well, to be fair, I would play Bailly just to rotate the squad. And on top of that, if they
Lindelof
are
did go in. He went off like earlier on, and he was like clutching his shin and stuff.
yeah,
I don't know.
even regardless of if he's injured or not, I would have put Bailly in this because if Musa is playing, they're gonna get killed because he's very quick. I've seen him firsthand live. He's very, very fast, and especially in behind. If he gets a couple of yards on you, you're not catching him. He's been a hindrance to so many teams, hence their success. So for me personally, I would agree with that. I think Bailly for me would come in regardless of the Lindelof situation if he's injured or not. So I just think it makes sense. Rotate the squad as well. They're going to be rusty. Give him some minutes. So let's move on to the midfield 3. We'll start with the DM position. We'll work our way through. So what do you reckon, CDM?
Yeah, Matic, 100% Matic.
Right, okay.
It's a no-brainer.
Again, I can't argue with that. Obviously, McTominay and Fred had the opportunity. Not to say that they played poorly, but again, freshen up the legs. Matic for me was absolutely fantastic when he came on as well. He did a lot better than I thought. He looked very fit, I've got to say. Obviously, I know he's come on against tired legs, but he looked.
Yeah, he looked right.
I felt very confident when he was there that they weren't going to get a chance. Because of course he is a specialist, so I would agree. Matic. I've got a feeling we're going to have the same midfield. Is it Matic, Pogba, and Bruno that you're going for?
Matic, Pogba, Bruno. Yeah. No, I think he'll start because last match, first game back, I don't think he was. You could tell he's not fully there. Yeah, his passing's there, but I think starting this match, I think he'll have to start this match. There's no doubt.
We have to start Pogba. Like with all due respect to Fred, his inability to break down a defense compared to Pogba's like night and day, and that's not a dig out of Fred because I think he's been phenomenal for us this season. I just think in this game against a team like Sheffield United that notoriously are an open team, and I'm hoping to stick to their guns and play football because that would be in our favour. If Pogba and Bruno picking those passes, breaking the lines with their through balls, that's what you need in these games. Obviously, their ability to pass the ball forward quickly as well. That's what we want in it. So for me, personally,
one thing about good about them, the interlink play between them, like the one-touch passing, is just unbelievable. We saw just a hint of it when
Pogba went to Bruno and then moved to Martial.
But the other thing is they've got different type of passing range as well.
Definitely.
Passes. So you've got that. It causes havoc in their defense.
It's going to be difficult for the Sheffield United to obviously deal with that. Like I said, this is their third game, I believe, in 7 days or something.
Yeah, it's too much.
I think the squad is very, very thin. Obviously, I love Sheffield United. Do you know what I mean? Like, end of the day, of course, this game, we need the 3 points. So I'm not giving it any sympathy in it this game, but obviously, hopefully, after this game, we can pick back up. But I just in their midfield, no one's going to be playing his third game. I'm assuming no one's going to start, but he's going to be playing his third game in 7 days. He's going to be knackered. Obviously, they played against Newcastle with 10 men as well, so the players are going to be tired. Yeah. So, and that was literally Sunday, and it's a couple of days after. They're going to be knackered. Pogba, Bruno pulling the strings. It's going to tie them up fairly quickly, I would assume. Let's go to the front 3. Let's talk. I think we'd probably agree on 2. So I'm assuming you're going for Martial and Rashford, of course. Some people say Rashford shouldn't start, but I just think that's an absolutely ridiculous statement.
First one. Yeah, first one.
I think then people need to realise Rashford is a confidence player. So the quicker we get him back firing, the quicker we're going to see the best at Rashford, which was what we saw prior to his injury. Right wing, this is the only place that I think we might potentially disagree. Who are you going for?
100% Greenwood.
Interesting.
When he came on, he went a bit under the radar, but boy,
I thought he was the best player, to be honest.
One of the best. I can't remember who's the left.
Andy Stevens. Oh no, sorry. That's completely different. I thought you meant Sheffield United left back.
No. Tottenham.
Spurs. Ben Davies.
I don't know if it was Davies or someone, maybe a winger
It's Winks or Ben Davies. Do one of them.
Yeah, one of them. He absolutely he went past him as he wasn't there.
Yeah,
and James doesn't have that. We know we've talked about James's points, plus points. And like a lot of people have been saying, that if the team sits back and stuff, then you need to break them down in a different way. Obviously, you need skill. You need to be able to go past a man, so it nullifies. So you're running before then, isn't it? But if James can't get past the first line of defense kind of thing, then how are we going to get behind like that? So Greenwood's got that left and right foot, 100%.
Would you not say that a team's got no balance though? Because that is very attacking team. Look at that front three and look at that Pogba, Bruno behind. That's very attacking.
I don't actually care.
Against a good Sheffield United.
It's a game at home. I know it doesn't make too much difference, but at home, with that, our tails up, we go for it. You go for the jugular, finish it off.
We are at home as well. That is
change it. I don't know. You got 5 subs there, mate. You can do what you want after that. Get the early goals, 2-3, finish. Game over.
To be fair, I've gone for Greenwood as well. I think my only other person that I would have potentially thrown in the mix is actually Juan Mata. I think for me personally, Mata needs to be playing a lot of these games come the end of the season.
We've got Norwich in the cup.
No, but regardless of that, I'm talking about against teams that are going to park the bus. I know Sheffield United won't, but teams that are going to park the bus against us, you need as much creativity as possible. Mata, Bruno, and Pogba on the same page.
Oh, that would be disgusting.
Against a team that's like Bournemouth or Aston Villa, who's going to sit back and park the bus, it's going to be a matter of time since we break them down. So I think moving forward, I think that is definitely what we need to go for. But for this game, I think Greenwood, I would have to agree with that. Let's just quickly touch upon where you think we can get at Sheffield United. What do you think our strengths are going into this game?
Oh, we talked about the pace at the back, the lack of pace at Sheffield United at the back. So, I mean, even balls straight through down the middle. Pogba and Bruno can do that, innit? Pick that pass. So, Rashford and Martial have to be so alert to I think they will be.
I would assume so, because Pogba and Bruno are playing so.
Yeah, but you saw when Pogba came on of the day and Martial just perked up.
Definitely.
He was making the runs, he got there and everything. So if he starts from the beginning, Pogba, then you're going to expect Martial and Rashford. And if Green was there, another one can score from both. Can you imagine them? I can understand the Juan Mata thing. He does get into the box and he does play intricate.
I wouldn't play Juan Mata this game. I'd play him next, not Norwich, but the game after, as in them games.
I mean, there's plenty of games for someone like Juan Mata. Even Juan Mata did start over Greenwood. I won't be opposed to that. I think the midfield battle we should win, and then obviously their wing backs and stuff, their defenders on the wings and that, they're going to be, I think, their weak points. I think we can get at them. Rashford running at tired legs, 100%. We can get at them.
I think even Dan James off the bench is going to be a massive asset as well in the last 80 minutes when they're tired. Obviously, just to kill them off. Like when we're 2-0 up, for example, so but Dan James will get that third goal. I completely agree. I think we just need to be a bit more direct this game. But hopefully, Sheffield United do play their football. It would play massively into our hands. It'd be interesting.
They only play. They do. I commend them that they only play that kind of brand of football. They don't cower away. They go for it. They do.
Yeah, but I don't think that's why.
This game. I could see them. I don't know. I can't imagine them playing backs. I don't know.
I don't know if but Bass, I don't think they're going to be that expansive if they've got the likes of Jagielka at the back marking Rashford in it. They're going to have to be a bit more wary in it. I would assume he's going to have to change it because from the Newcastle game, from what I've seen, is they continue to play the same brand of football, and Newcastle picked him apart. If Newcastle are going to pick him apart, Lord have mercy on what's going to happen against our ability going forward. Let's talk about our strengths. Who do you think is going to be the main people for this game? Who do you think is going to win this game?
I think it's going to be Pogba, if he starts. I think Pogba will be the danger man. I mean, every game I'm probably going to go for Pogba and Bruno because they're that good. You can use it. But I think Rashford's going to have an interesting impact, especially with some of the criticism he got from the last game. And he was rusty and he missed a few chances. That's understandable.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think he's going to be on it. And I wasn't even too upset with his performance last game, but you can tell he was rusty. I think Rashford. If we're going to pick one player, I think I'll go for Rashford, I think.
Okay, that's a fair shout. I was going to say Rashford as well, actually, or Martial. I think, although Pogba and Bruno will be obviously what I'd expect to be phenomenal, I think them two up front are going to be the ones that get the goals, of course, and they're going to get the service this game. And I think with the lineup that we picked, I'm expecting us to absolutely hammer them, and that's with those who expect Sheffield United. That's a very good team. There's a lot of quality. Greenwood for me he's looking like a world star, man. Honestly, I don't want to get carried away, but I've not seen a play that technically gifted since Van Persie, like genuinely. Obviously, of course, Pogba in it, but in terms of the front three, his ability on the ball is just frightening.
He's bulked up a bit as well.
Yeah, I know, and it's just his balance and everything. When he does that step over, as a defender myself, I would be like, oh my god, forget this. I don't know if he's gonna go exactly. I don't know if he's gonna go right or left. I haven't got a bloody clue, and it's an absolute nightmare really to defend. So let's do the score prediction. And then we'll leave it there. Ross, what do you reckon?
This is the bit. I'm gonna go for 5-0.
Wow.
If Newcastle have slapped them 3-0, we have to get 4 at least. So I'm gonna go for 5. Be a bit more positive, like I normally am. Okay. I'm not gonna do my prediction
Wow, this is gonna really bite the back of the arse.
There's no way we're conceding. Hell.
Okay, right. That's interesting. I am confident. Honestly, I am, because of the injuries to Jack O'Connell and Egan. Egan for me he's been so pivotal for them. I just don't think that Robinson's that good from what I've seen. Watch him have an absolute masterclass. It's difficult at the same time because Sheffield United have been so good this season, but I just think tired legs for them. Third game in 7 days. Injuries, it's going to be too much for them, and they're away from home at Old Trafford. So for that reason, I'm going to say we win 3-0. I should say 3-1 in the last show, but I think since I thought about it, I just don't see where their goal is going to come from if Bailly's starting, to be honest with you. Moussa is going to be their main threat. He's got that ability to run in behind, especially if he stands on Maguire's side. I think that's going to be their best avenue for success. Bar that, there's no threat from them, realistically speaking, going forward. And our defence, minus the mistake, we've actually been quite good if you look at the record in the last 13 games. So yeah, I'm confident going into the game. Of course, anything can happen. It's football. We need to make sure we get the job done first and foremost, man. Chelsea have got Man City on the day after, so if we get this win, it puts more pressure on Chelsea. Of course, Chelsea, they're probably going to go for a draw anyways, but it just keeps us on the loop. Of course, Wolves on the same points as well. So this game's influential for not just only going to Solskjaer on a personal level, but I think goal as a whole.
Goal difference is quite key as well, because I think we're one more goal ahead of Chelsea, I think. Something like that. Yeah,
exactly. The goal difference is close. And we're 14 behind. We're 14 behind Leicester as well, so we need to make ground on Leicester as well in terms of goal difference. So if that 5-0 would be unbelievable, obviously we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, that aside, it has been your video with your brothers Usman and Was. As always, drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications.
The road to 500 subscribers. Come
inshallah, we'll get there. Just show some bloody love on the video. I know a few of you will watch it, but anyways, those that do watch it, share it. We appreciate all that good stuff. And yeah, apart from that, it's been your boy Usman. Go United! Come on!